on air.
I guess we are.
We'll turn that down.
All right, that was hardcore, really hardcore by Renard. And I don't know, I just put that on because that would happen to be a whole big thing. This is the Power 92.3 WKVR. I'm Jdox. This is my show, Please Cancel Me. And I'm just here booping and bopping and flipping around. And I got another dude.
Hello.
Yeah. Your voice is so much better than mine.
Thank you.
It's so silky, smooth, like
Thank
maple syrup.
No, okay, well, you're Jdox?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going by DJ name?
Yes, because
so you can't make fun of me if I go by mine then?
No, not at all.
Okay, then I'm Jet
from
WWVU, or formerly from WWVU, other issues, but now at WYEP. And
he's finally resurfaced after being presumed dead in the radio sphere for so long.
Exactly. I've come out from the atmosphere.
So would you like to tell us, share with our audience why you died? No, I don't know. Well,
I'm not. What?
What's your story with radio? Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Wait, Jet is a dude that I've known from high school for like forever, since like freshman year of high school, which is like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, probably.
And even back to elementary school, actually.
Yeah, it's Jamie, Jdox.
It's fine.
You worked the attendance office, and like for when you're late, and I was late every single day.
Yeah,
so we just got.
And that's how we met. It was because this dude just would never go to class.
I was never on time for homeroom. I went to every class. I just never was there for homeroom because it was stupid to wake up at like 6, like they crack at dawn.
You know, it's one of the things I hate the most in like movies and stuff. If they do like, if a kid's going to school or something and they like have breakfast with their parents in the morning and they're talking about whatever the plot's about or something, or they're like, there's something where the teenagers are like hanging out in the parking lot before school starts in the morning, and they're like getting into fights or like shooting cars at each other or something. And it's like, what kind of school? Like, I don't know, maybe in California where all of these movies take place, they start school at 11 a.m. But, you know, in Pennsylvania where we're from,
they're like 3 hours like behind or something.
Maybe, and it's just already, it's like evening there because it's like a 6-hour time gap. But like, but for kids going to Pennsylvania schools, we wake up at like 5 in the morning because we have to get to school before the sun comes out, because if the sun, and the logic behind this I read is if the children see the sun in the morning, then they won't be motivated to do schoolwork. They'll want to be outside and have fun if they see the sun before they get locked into the building all day.
Are you kidding me? Children aren't vampires.
That seems like the sort of thing that they would like say in like 1825.
I know that sounds like some 50s kind of logic thing. Like, grow hair all over.
They had to start injecting children with lead to prevent hysteria.
Yeah.
It was a very
fluoride in the water.
Yeah, totally safe medical procedure. You know, you have the 4 humors, and lead cancels out 3 of them, and then you only have the one that helps you study.
What?
Yeah.
Is that for real?
Cholera, melancholia, sanguine, yellow bile. The 4 humors of the body.
I'm pretty sure that was on the
you got 4
Chinese
kinds
restaurant menu last night.
You got 4 kinds of goo in you, and you got to balance out your goo. And that's medicine. All right, there you go. This has been a pre-med study buddy hour with Jdox and Jet. We've been helping everybody get into med school out here. You know, it's you know, GRE season. People are looking into grad school, so you know you gotta take those MCATs. You gotta pass the medical surgery tests. Is there like a practical to get into med school where you have to like eat a human heart or something, but like in the right way? But in the right way that like you surgically remove it, where you can put it back in afterwards.
Oh, remove it. I thought you were saying like capture like a freshman and like sacrificially remove their heart and then put it back, because that shows how you can get into med school.
Dude, if the whole world was like the Addams Family, then to get into med school, you would have to like perform a vivisection on a freshman.
Yeah, I wonder what
like look at all their guts and then close them back up. No anesthetic.
I wonder what John Hopkins is like this time of year.
Oh, that would be real cool. Real spooky. They have the corpse of John Hopkins preserved, mummified, hanging from the doorway of their administration building, and that's their
the big money bag asking for tuition.
It's also they say that one might be a fake, and the real Johns Hopkins is the real corpse of John Hopkins is sealed up in the bronze mold of the statue of him riding a boar with 12 spears in the center of their quad. That inside of the bronze casing of that statue is actually the real corpse of John Hopkins.
See, Jamie, I think you and me could I really want you to go into broadcasting as well. Like, follow this, because I don't even know if that was true or not. I'm probably sure it wasn't,
Oh
but
my
you
God.
just kept going with it so much.
I'm really good at going on stuff. If you listen to some of the previous shows that I've uploaded to YouTube of this, I don't go anywhere because I don't have anyone. It's like literally not bouncing off of anybody. It's just me in the studio here by myself, just going crazy. Because if you're not having a conversation with someone that then like leads into like
you just start talking
whole hypothetical idea, it forms like a feedback loop and your brain just starts like screeching at itself, and then you just can't think right, and you get all jumbled up, you fall apart, and that's what happens to me. And then I throw it back to music, and I just take a little brain break, and then drink 12 cups of coffee, come back even crazier.
Yeah. I just babble.
That's Please Cancel Me.
That's Please Cancel Me. Okay.
You want to talk about how somehow I've had way more fortune in both being able to still do radio than
screw you.
You who have actually like.
Well, I've had my ups and downs and stuff. Well, yeah, I worked at my college station at West Virginia University, wild and wonderful, and save a tree, burn a couch, and I had some difficulties there with the management and found myself removed and sort of floating around for like a week, which I was with you, and that's when I like wrecked my bike.
Yeah.
And then a lot of stuff happened that week.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. War boys forever. War boys. We are war boys.
We saw like the weirdest car that was like never mind. I don't even know how to describe it. It was a big silver thing on like big. It was like a really old jalopy, but it was on huge monster truck wheels.
Yeah.
And it was like all silver, like metal plated and stuff. We saw it by the Walmart, and I was literally hanging out with people that didn't get the reference. Like, T, were you there? And I was just like, I'm gonna die historic on the Fury Road.
Oh, that's lovely. That's great.
But we were
bathed in chrome.
We were pretty Mad Max that weekend. I was on the toilet. You were lamenting your bad job.
Yeah.
And then we crashed a motorcycle.
Yeah, me and your brothers were like running amok across the entire the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live in Ohio.
Oh, but back to radio stuff. You were doing that. You got kicked out for being too historic on the Fury Road.
Yes, exactly. And then I ended up going back to Pittsburgh, like where we're from, and working at a station in Pittsburgh, WYEP. It's an independent radio station, and it's absolutely wonderful. And I've been doing an internship and being the assistant to the music director there.
Cool.
So, yeah.
All right. Put a word in for me. I'm going to send them my resume.
Yeah, dude. Hey, they have a bunch of internships and stuff. I'm planning on doing another one next summer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, seeing as how I'm going to be like graduating, I'm looking for like more not internship, like actually job, I guess.
What, a real job?
Yeah, some sort of real job.
I see. It's like kind of blowing my mind that you're graduating, because we both graduated high school at the same time. But like, not to say I'm like failing or falling behind.
No.
We've both been through 4 years of college now. Like, this is your fourth. This is mine. But it's very common at my school to do like a 5-year like senior, a super senior.
Yeah,
and
they like expect it.
It is expected. And this isn't me like coming up with an excuse like, oh, like I party too hard or something. Like, oh, I didn't do my classes. Like, no, I passed all my classes. Like, I haven't failed anything. But they just, like, at a state school, a big state school, you can't get into the credits you need. Like, there's so many, like, I need to take this class, and take this class, but oh, this class is full, but I need this class to take the rest of my major classes.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. So, and I'm going to need another semester just to do my minor, which that's just going to be pain.
Yeah. What's that going to be?
Well, right now I'm doing music industry as a minor, but I'm changing it to music technology, which is like more working with like recording equipment and like sounds and setups for shows and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm doing music industry right now, and it's the law and like legal aspects of music and media, and it's really boring.
That's something that like I actually think is really interesting.
It is interesting.
So I'll go take that class for you.
Okay, you can take that. Yeah, you can come to West Virginia and get a grad major.
Yeah,
at our wonderful schools. Which I think that's something you and me have always, like, I don't know, I've always enjoyed talking about, as our experiences from college, from you going to Juniata here being a much more smaller private school.
Liberal arts school. Yeah. It's like a totally different experience.
Yeah, compared to the West Virginia, the Morgantown, like the
West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. Wow, wonderful. West by God. If you really want to get technical.
Their mascot is a dude with a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is like an old Davy Crockett like cartoon with
the Mountaineer
a rifle.
The Mountaineer.
Why don't you be on the microphone, T? I'm gonna turn the sensitivity up so you're gonna get hurt anyway.
I can be told.
Yeah, we have another co-host here, and she's not even anywhere near the microphone.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, what, the Mountaineer?
I don't know. Tell us about WVU and how that's. I mean, you haven't actually experienced Juniata yet, which is not. There's not much to experience, I guess.
Kind of worried I'll get arrested tonight.
I mean, you just gotta like not say that you're with me.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to.
That's the plan. I don't know you.
You're just here.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, West Virginia, it's a fun town, but it gets old. Dude, I don't know. I'm kind of getting, like, being a senior now, I'm just kind of like, this is getting old.
It's like overwhelming.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's the campus is massive. Like, it's the entire town, everything around it, and everything, like, just basically the entire northern part of West Virginia is just the campus.
And it's all like on a mountain. It's like on a sheer cliff face.
Oh,
it's about an 85-degree angle.
Yeah, everything's mountain cliff faces. Like, the campus like slogan is "keep climbing." Like, haha, academically, and like literally, you have to climb that. Like,
haha, have fun commuting by foot.
Yeah, like there's not handicap accessible.
No.
Like, we have. Yeah, that's a big issue.
But so I've had a couple experiences up at WVU, which have been like more partying and more excitement, more actual cool stuff in like 2 probably nights that I've actually spent there than in my whole experience at Juniata.
Yeah,
that's an exaggeration, but like there's never been like a good house show here. And just the one night we just ended up at a good house show, and that's where like, and I got their CDs and stuff. It was like, I remember I still have them, and I've like played them on the air a couple times. It was this Marissa, and then she had a solo, and she was also part of the Chatterbox and the Latter-day Satanists.
Yeah,
that was a cool show.
The folk punk, like the punk house.
Yeah,
we got like, that's the thing about West Virginia is like the town, like the school is massive. The population is like, without the students, it's like 40,000, and then with the students, like during the school year, it's like 110,000 students.
Yeah,
but 10,000 people. So it's like the population of the town like more than doubles during the school year, and so it's just kind of college kids running amok all across a mountainside, and like the entire economy is based on them buying delivered, like having pizzas delivered, alcohol, and like blunt wraps.
Yeah. Can you get blunt wraps delivered?
Yes, you can.
Wow.
There's a place called the Rusty Musket, and they can deliver a sandwich and a pack of cigarettes.
All right, Huntingdon area entrepreneurs, consider creating a delivery service for sandwiches and blunt wraps.
They make money on that, man. I think that's crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember that place that.
Dude, we have
in
a
the middle of the night.
We have a McDonald's that is now delivering.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
$4 like.
Everyone not incredibly fat.
Oh, we are. West Virginia is an incredibly fat state. It is.
You don't even have to get up. Have all your...
Yeah.
I mean, working it off by climbing up the hills all day.
Yes.
Up and down like a 75-degree
drinking
angle.
Clear alcohol.
Yeah.
Calories.
But
liquid bread though.
Like the things I see, like, okay, just driving through your campus in your small town, it's not filled with broken glass and like the hollow.
That's one of my favorite features of Huntingdon. Is that there's no broken glass.
Yeah, no, the West Virginia, the roads are
very
paved
little
in broken glass.
Yeah.
Like they paved them with it.
I remember being up there. I was like so shocked to see it because I was just like, this is dangerous. What if there's a child?
No.
What if you fall down? You get all cut up. You have to go get a tetanus shot.
Wait. You said you like wrecked your bike.
Yeah. Which one?
No, that was.
Which time?
Yeah, there was a couple times. The one we were referring to was this past July when we were at the Mid Ohio event at the
raceways
at the Mid Ohio Raceway
speedways. Yeah.
Where on the very last day he just totally ate it.
It was because your brother like swerved in front of me and clipped me, and then I just ate it, but it was still fun.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Broke your collarbone again.
Yeah.
After the first motorcycle crash, well, not even the first, but that you actually broke your collarbone initially.
Yeah, I was hit by a car on that one.
Oh my god.
Which that was interesting. But yeah, I don't know if I want to get into that, like those stories of epic I don't know.
Epic.
My
getting beaten up.
manliness.
Yeah.
Those are like my most manly moments, I feel.
Epic unsafe driving.
Yeah. Well, the Mid-Ohio one I always loved because that was just a great story, and I just like telling it to people.
Yeah.
Because like, just that weekend was awesome. Like it was like that. It was like the worst weekend, one of the worst trips, but it was the best trip.
Yeah.
Because it was like so like everything went wrong, and it was funny.
For context to any listeners, it is the Vintage Motorcycle Days weekend-long event at the Mid-Ohio Raceway where
In Troy,
like my
Ohio.
dad, yeah, we got into it because my dad and his brother like do a lot of like vintage cafe racer motorcycles and stuff, and
Yeah.
and there's all kinds of cool stuff. There's like races, and they let normal people go out on the track and putt around pretty dang fast, and swap meets and other cool stuff. And
Yeah.
we always just go there every summer, and it's been
Yeah.
a wild
And
scene.
this past summer we piled all our bikes together and got all our equipment and like went, and you and me went off on our own like side thing to
Oh,
pick
yeah.
up my motorcycle and ended up going through all of West Virginia. Like we were like at Kentucky when we made it to Ohio.
Yeah, I remember.
Like that was
a whole trip.
Yeah, we did a big loop. But I remember the trip consisted of like your dad, your cousin Brian, who's older, and his son little Timmy,
Yeah.
just little Timmy, and you and me and your brother Addison, and then Mikey, his friend,
Mm-hmm.
and
It was just a whole gaggle of dudes.
yeah, just man fest,
Just
and,
bros.
Yeah. Yeah, and because it's a middle-aged man kind of like event. It's like classic
And then they're
rock
bringing their
blasting,
teen sons and stuff. And
yeah, we're just like messing around on like all kinds of bikes, and I love the games we play of fat guy little bike or
yeah, big dude little bike is like because there's like just cartoonishly like missized like tiny little putter like funky bikes.
Like I remember I saw the greatest one there this past year, and it was a man who had to have been roughly in like the 300-pound zone, and he was on it wasn't even a real bike. It was a like car battery strapped to an electric scooter motor on like a built frame, and like the steering wheel went into his gut, like his gut went over it, and he didn't even have to steer. He could just
hands free.
Yeah,
just
hands
kept
free.
It stable.
Yeah, and I like watched him. I would see him around, and I never saw him get up. He just sat on it like the entire time. And whenever he had to go somewhere, he would like
and
even up to the snack bar.
I'm like, where are they going? Is they like commute back and forth to the swap meet, or like I don't know. We just like ride along around the raceway property just to do motorcycles.
It's a big
them.
country open kind of camping area with like a racetrack in the middle, and then but the day I crashed, that was fun. That was a great day.
That was a real fun crash.
Yeah, okay. Well, we watched Mad Max Fury Road every single night to get pumped.
Yeah.
Just because we just
it really set the mood.
Set the tone of like motor like engines.
Get some real diesel punk.
Yeah. And then I went out that day. I remember you and me went out. Actually, I went out that day because I ripped my boots. They got caught on the fence when we jumped the fence and ran onto the racetrack at night, not during the race.
that was so cool.
Yeah.
You can like get through the fence through the little photography hole that they have photographers do, and we just climbed right up on like through it, and then like Metal Gear Solid prone crawled all the way over the racetrack and just
I remember we all laid flat and stayed perfectly still when the pizza guy came.
Yeah, pizza guy's driving fast.
Which I think that's something that's incredible about it, is they just have like people on golf carts driving around like with pizzas.
Yeah,
they flag them down. Every town needs that.
It's a great scene. It's fantastic.
Like pizza should be like, you should have the option of like receiving it like ice cream, like an ice cream truck. Like it's just there. You hear the music.
Oh yeah, not delivery on request, but just. What are you pointing at?
Headphones.
Okay, get headphones. She actually wants to be on the show now.
You want to play radio now?
I want to hear what you're actually like hearing.
Jet's got a fantastic voice.
Thank you.
Very deep, very
Thank you.
Radio. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this on your IMDb.
My IMDb.
Yeah.
How big, guys? Like.
You look like Princess Leia.
Really too big.
Okay, with the motorcycle thing. Yeah, so I needed new boots, and that was like the magic day that I had 3 wishes, and then I like crashed my motorcycle. And I had 3 wishes that day. And as I woke up and I'm like, I need a new pair of boots. And me and your brother went to the swap meet and we're walking around the swap meet. And when he stops to like light a cigarette, he like looks into the trash can. He's like, hey, here's a pair of boots. And he just pulls out a pair of boots from the garbage. And they were like perfectly fine, just covered in mud. And like,
Free
I just
trash
put them on.
boots.
Yeah. I'm like, trash boots. Awesome. And like, okay, it's wish 1. I got some boots. Wish 2. We went on a ride, you and me, and then you out into the country, like off the property and everything.
Mhm.
And you ran out of gas, and we had to go back to the gas station. And then I like went in.
Yeah, we did that like full like main tank runs out, and then it's like a race on the reserve to get back before you are totally dry.
Yeah, and I went in, and I'm just like, oh, I really want a slushie, and then they're just like, it's free slushie day.
What are you talking about?
It's the same problem you had.
Oh, well, I don't know. There's weird inputs then.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, it was July 11th, so the date was 7-Eleven. So we just wanted to go to the 7-Eleven to get like mustard or something.
Yeah, and there was like a party going on.
And it was full of kids, and there was like a dude in the Olaf from Frozen mascot costume, and he came up to us and we were just like,
Yeah, I gave him a dirty
away.
look because I'm just like, I don't want a mascot near me, especially Frozen. I think that's
like everyone was just like, I want coupons for hot dogs or Slurpees, free Slurpees, and then enter to the raffle, and like kids are going crazy because they're just full of sugar.
Yeah.
And we were just like, oh my god. And it was really weird because it's Ohio, so they sell like hard liquor in
yeah, in
7-Eleven.
In the 7 right next to the Slurpees. I remember like right next to the Slurpees was the liquor.
You can just mix it right in.
Yeah. We got a Sheetz in Morgantown that's got like 12
different
Slurpees.
Sheetz, not 12
Oh,
Sheetz.
we have 7 Sheetz.
Yeah.
Within just the vicinity of like this in the school, we have 7 Sheetz.
So we have like
we have a bridge that on one side of each side of the bridge there's a Sheetz. So either way you go, you have access to a Sheetz.
We have free coffee at the Sheetz here still.
We've just got our 3rd Sheetz in Huntingdon.
Oh, a 3rd.
Which is silly because there's only like 10,000 people.
And they are going to be expanding the one that you pass is like a small one. It's not like a full sized, but they're about to like tear down the empty houses next to it to like expand it into so we're gonna have 3.
Like what happened to the Homestead? Sheetz. The Sheetz expansion.
I mean, we're talking about like Walmart is like this crazy invasive corporation that like sucks actual like business out of stuff from like undercutting like shady business things.
Yeah.
But Sheetz it's a little scary how much Sheetz there is.
How much Sheetz
in this part of America. Yeah. Can't handle all this sheet. I'm too old for this sheet.
I am too old for this sheet.
I didn't know what that was until I got here.
Yeah, it's like Sheetz? Something that's just around.
Or that line from
Vermont. I don't know what Sheetz is.
Oh, Vermont.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be closer to the microphone.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Bring it. Okay.
I don't think I'm on.
What was your DJ name when you did this?
T.
Okay. Wow.
I was the only one on my radio that made a DJ name, and then everybody was like, "That's lame," and I'm like, "Screw you."
It is advised here because a lot of our listeners come from the prison, and there was an event where some of the DJs were like really close to this one dude and like talking back and forth and getting letters sent and stuff, and then the dude got out and like came to visit them, and they were not comfortable with that, so then they started saying you should probably, you want to just use like an alias.
But you say that over the air if the prisoners are listening?
I don't know. We love the prisoners. That's just that dude. It's just that one dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that's too bad.
That one dude. It's always that
ruined
one
it for you, I'm afraid. But like, I mean, not like it's airtight that we like never not use our real names. Evidently, that we've been saying each other's relentlessly. And yours is T, so I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
Because that's what we just call her. That's not like her
it's like my
real name, but like
here.
that's what everyone calls her already.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay.
What were we talking about a second ago?
We were talking about like my crash.
Yeah. And you crashed in a way that really exasperated and frustrated the crew, like the staff working that event.
Oh yeah, it was wonderful.
Because we were already like the nuisance gang.
Yeah, we were like the only young guys at this thing. Like everybody was like middle-aged men, like on Harleys, and just you and me are like the college guys. Just
it's a real gray hair party.
Yeah, and me and your brother and Mikey went off, and we were just bobbing all over the place, and the staff security, like the track security, pulled us over because we were speeding through the slow way, and they like yelled at us. And your brother had a bayonet on his like hip, like on his belt. Because my third wish
because there was a swap
cool
meet. They had bayonets. You get a good musket, and you
we went to the
affix
swap
it to your.
meet, and there was bayonets.
You get a couple good metal spikes, like a doctor's bone saw, and a couple bayonets, and a big old musket rifle, like a Hauser, and you put it right up onto your. Weld it right onto the handlebars, and you drive along, and that's Mad Max. Die Historic, Fury Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bathed in chrome.
That's what's up.
And then I got a cool pocket knife there. For like free. Like I talked the guy into it and stuff.
Free knives.
Yeah.
How do you talk somebody into that?
Well, I traded him a pocket knife for another pocket knife. But the pocket knife I had wasn't mine. It was some guy who left it at my houses, and I didn't care. So I just was like, I'll give you this knife for that knife. And they're like, okay. And they're like, this is a way better knife. I'm like, but that one looks cool. Like,
oh, is that the one that was like a leaf?
The leaf
knife?
No, it was like it was like a little bone handle and it had like a hook.
Oh yeah,
like the one that you got or the one that you got rid of?
Who has a leaf knife? Do you have a leaf knife?
I
don't know. Never mind.
Nope.
Never mind.
I have a knife that can cut leaves.
All right, never mind.
Okay, but yeah, and so me and your brother get yelled at by the staff, and like there's like a sheriff's deputy parked right up there too, looking at us, and I'm just like worrying that. Oh, and also to give the caricature of what Jdox's brother is, he's a white dude with long nappy dreads, with like things woven in them, like he's Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, beads and coins and strings and metal coils.
Yeah, and he's a wonderful guy, and he's like, just every time I talk to him, he always has some new conspiracy theory of the world, of like lizard people or like the quantum
that the Koch brothers are like eating gold.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Did he tell you that one?
I don't know. Something about Israel. He's been all about.
Oh, I thought you meant the guys that made Fargo.
The Israeli-Palestine conflict.
I thought you meant the guys that made Fargo, and I was like, why?
No, that's the Coen brothers, not the Koch brothers. The Koch brothers own all of the lava in the core of the earth, and they use it to channel into a volcano to get to. And they're looking into investing in the moon by buying the moon, also, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they've got enough money to send the entire galaxy into debt. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know where
they
that
have
was
all
going.
the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
The worst fate.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but okay, so we get yelled at by the staff, like the sheriff deputy, for speeding around on our bikes, and then we go off on our little like ways, like they let us go, and I remember it was the staff guy was just like this, like he was a good country boy from Ohio. He's missing a couple teeth.
Yeah.
He's just like, now you slow down, you hear? Don't let me see you again.
Didn't they say like we got a report about like a young white boy with dreads on a black motorcycle?
No, he goes, we got a report with a boy with dreadlocks on a black motorcycle, and I just like
going too fast.
Like, why is it black? It's an African bicycle American.
Sir, we don't know anyone who fits that description with my brother like right there.
Yeah. I remember, dude. I remember riding around with him, and so many people. Like I was behind him, and when he would go by, people would turn their like old men would be turning like who's that hip and long haired freaky boy like as he drove by, and I thought that was funny. I just thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
And Mikey just kept wearing a wife beater, and like he was always just like smoking a cigarette and like maybe drinking a beer, and he looked like Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, he did have a Bruce Springsteen motif.
I was wearing like a military jacket and like had a camera and was like letting go of the handlebars to take photos while we're riding along.
Yeah, we were some weird dudes.
And like it was like I don't know. I felt like a military reporter or something. I was just like, this is cool.
A war correspondent.
Yeah.
But and so then you just totally ate it at some point.
Other stuff.
Okay,
happened.
other stuff.
Okay. We went into like the tent city area. Like the tent people.
They make like a good old shanty town.
Yeah, there's like an RV section, and then there's like the tent section, and the tent people. I just absolutely love like the culture, I guess the class divide of the RV compared to tent people, because the RV people have like little fire pits and
a nice grill.
Grill and like a stereo, and they're all just sitting out like sipping some beer, playing like classic music and like talking bikes with each other.
We were RV people, and we had like that big TV we put outside, and we would watch Mad Max. We would watch Mad Max every night.
Yeah, but the tent people, just like the epitome of it, I think it summed up the tent section was they put all these barrels in a circle. and made a dirt track for like dirt bike racing around like just in a track. And I just remember seeing a guy with a wife beater on, like holding a checkered flag in his hand and a Pabst Blue Ribbon in the other, like, and he with a like a trucker hat on, and he's like the one like I guess the master of ceremonies, like the guy waving the flag, the ref, I don't know. And everyone that was racing on it went from like the inside was of the racetrack, the inside like lineup was like children, like 8-year-olds in full like body gear, like on these little bikes, and on the end of it was like grown men like in their 40s with like a bald spot, like holding a beer and shifting with their pinky, like, holding the clutch, and like wearing flip flops and stuff. Like, I'll be fine, and like. And we're just watching them just race around in a circle over and over and over.
Because there's sort of like no rules inside for that weekend inside. Like you go outside of the property and like you got to have a helmet and be a speed limit and like use your feet with good shoes. But like in the inside, property, you're just like you're riding the motorcycle like with a beer in one hand and you're just falling into mud.
It's like a private property, and like you have to like pay like a ticket to get in. So like I guess what you get for that is just to go nuts.
Yeah.
And I remember the last night somebody like lit off all those fireworks, and it was like a half hour straight of fireworks.
Not like fireworks that go off into the space and explode in cool colors, but like bucket just fireworks. Just firecrackers.
Yeah.
Just like the world's longest single string of firecrackers, at least 3 miles long and like a quarter mile wide, just made out of 12,000 different firecrackers that just kept going and going and going forever, and it was.
It went on for like a solid, like half hour's exaggeration, but it was like a solid 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Like we had to like pause the movie.
It felt like a year.
Like I remember the police showed up, and like I saw like the cop cars up on the hill where they lit this off.
Yeah.
And it was just an explosion going off, like a little tiny like well, not tiny but constant. Yeah. And then just like the cops were just standing next to it, and they just didn't even know what to do.
Because what are you gonna do? Like pick it up? Like
and
like I don't know, like a fire extinguisher on,
like water on it or something.
I guess.
All right, but so we get yelled at. We go on this dirt track thing, and we come back. And while we're doing that, little did we realize that your father, Jdox,
parallel to this whole story,
was off with his cousin, and they were doing their own like thing.
Being rowdy.
Being rowdy and with their bikes, and they got pulled over by the same country guy and yelled at for the same thing we did. And then when we're coming back, we're coming back on this little country road back to the campsite, like in the property, a car pulls out, your brother swerves in front of me, and his like back tire like clips my front, and I just like I go down, I tumble a bit, and then like I stand up and I just yell like, "We are war boys," because we were watching that movie.
I live, I die, I live again.
I live, I die, I live again. And everyone thinks I'm a maniac. And I remember some woman was like cheering and clapping, and then I just like I started yelling profanity at her because that was not a moment to cheer.
That's rude.
It was rude. It wasn't like.
That's like if somebody drops something in the cafeteria and everyone starts clapping, and it's like, okay, make them more embarrassed. Why don't you?
Yeah. And then I remember I'm like waiting there on like they send the security people because they have to like check on it because like, oh, there was a wreck, and it's the same guy, and he gets out of the car and he's like, oh, you boys again. And your dad pulls up and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm with them, and the adults.
Oh, I'm the dad.
I'm the dad, and he goes, oh, of course you are. And you're like, oh, so you know him? I'm like, yeah. And like they all wrap my arm up and they take me to the medic tent. And I'm in the car and like I hear on the walkie-talkie like the guy, like the person on the one end of the guy's walkie goes like, "Did you get those kids?" He's like, "Yeah, it's that dreadlock crew again."
We were so I'd like to be like we were the crew. Like they were the most part the crew because for the entire weekend I was like had some food poisoning or something.
Oh no.
I was like dreadfully ill, and I was like in the toilet. We literally
he filled it.
The poo reservoir. It was a real problem.
Okay. Out here, when I walked to breakfast,
there's a poo reservoir on this campus.
There's like a little pocket of like bubbling brown liquid on the green.
Wait, like, where?
Yeah, in front of Sunderland. Like if you walk on that path, there's like a hole in the ground with bubbling brown liquid.
Great.
And I was like, I'm gonna keep walking and not inspect that.
The poop hole.
Yeah, so
let
actually,
it go.
I actually hadn't done a lot of motorcycling that weekend relative to everyone else in our group
Yeah.
because I was mostly confined to the RV on the toilet. No,
I know. I remember I was trying to get you to go out, but you were sick, so I was just like blowing
Like, what can you do? Yeah.
smoke.
No,
in
so
your face.
what they did instead when I was on the toilet was that they would just pull open the door and blow smoke at me like 3 separate times. I got gradually more and more just outraged.
Because your dad
it's not
told
like
us
you
we were
can
gonna
come after
smoke,
them
we had to
either.
do it in the bathroom for some reason. So like,
Yeah, because they don't want you getting us kicked out.
so we had to do it in the bathroom, and you were in the bathroom, and so I.
Clamping.
Sure, great.
Mad Max. But yeah, so I eat it, and then they go like, "Oh, those dreadlock kids again," and I just like say to the guy, I'm like, "This is pretty funny," and he's like, "No, it isn't," and he's like, "No, it isn't. Somebody got hurt," and I'm like, "I'm the one that got hurt, and I think it's funny."
Yeah.
So and he's like, "Oh, all right," and he like cracks like a toothless grin, and I was just like, there we go, sport, there we go. And they just take me to the medic tent, and they're like, "Yep, that's broken. You want to go to the hospital?" And your dad like came, and he's like, "Oh, you sure you want to go to the hospital?" And I like thought it over.
Do you want to go to a hospital in Ohio?
Yeah, no, that's how your dad said it.
great.
He's like, "You want to go to a hospital in Ohio?" And I was just like, nah, I don't. And he's like, "You sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I had to ride like on the back of your dad's cousin's bike, like holding him. He was a very like kind of burly man. I was holding him with my one good arm. We had to pick up my bike from the road and like straighten the handlebars and things so it would work. And then I rode it back like with my arm busted. I was screaming because I was just like, I don't know. I was thinking like this is totally epic and awesome and Mad Maxy, and oh my god, my arm hurts. I busted my arm again. Like
then we made a little sling for you, and for that was like the last night we were there. We like hauled up and left the next day, but.
Yeah, because I remember your dad said, like, he's like, when we got back to the camp, he's like, "You sure you don't want to go to the hospital?" I'm like, "I'm good. I'll go back when we get back in, like, to Pittsburgh." And he's like, "All right." And he just cracks a beer. And he's like, "I'm going to keep drinking."
Jay, I'm mad that I didn't meet your parents because I feel like you are
when my dad was on here, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I did the radio.
No, his parents are epic, yeah.
My parents are great.
Yeah, they came here, and I was like, "Oh, can I meet them?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then they came and left, and he never.
Oh, that's terrible.
Because they were in and out real quick. They came in, they did the radio, and then they left.
Here I am.
Well, sorry, T. I mean,
should be still a little bitter. It's okay.
Oh well, you'll meet him again.
All right. Other things to talk about. What do you have that's good to eat around here? Because I'm hungry.
Well,
and I want to be specific on this. I figure every college town, because like we got friends in different schools and stuff. I've been around.
Yeah.
I've been around this country. In different universities and establishments and colleges and collegials and.
This guy's not wearing cowboy boots, by the way.
Oh, I can get all. I can go out like full.
Did
West
you bring
Virginia.
any?
No, I thought about being a cowboy, but then I thought there's too many Brokeback jokes to that. So, yeah. Oh my gosh! I just remembered a really good story, and it involves a cowboy.
Okay.
Yes, the Woos.
Oh, the
Yes. Okay. Before I ask you where is a good place to eat, I got to tell you about last weekend's party.
They are friends of ours from high school. We're real good friends with this dude.
And the best example to explain our friend is he's a film student. He's very smart, and I feel, and he's a very kind of cultured guy, but a little way out there. Like film guy, kind of like Quentin Tarantino filmy.
He's very much like he knows so many different ways of practical effects to make blood fly out of stuff.
Yeah, and to like make explosions.
Yeah,
and he has like a pretty big house on like a pretty big property like in our town because it's really dense kind of suburbs, and his house is different because there's like a large backyard and like area, and so it's kind of the party house. And his parents are cool with us like having like parties and fun. They have like a rule: if you're gonna have a party and drink, then you have to stay there that night. And it's like, okay, all right, yeah,
very responsible.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Mr. was just like a complete and utter throwback, like 70s frat boy dude who then became like a successful businessman. And he's always just like puffing on a cigar with like a glass of whiskey. And he just was wearing his regular clothes and just put on a cowboy hat. And he's like, "I'm a cowboy." And I'm just like, I can't argue with you, Mr. Wojo. And he's like, "Damn straight, this is my house." Like, and his brother was saying cowboy and cowboy costume made me think was dressed up as a cowboy. But that's not the main story. This is what happened last weekend at his party. Okay, last weekend, our friend had a Halloween party, and his parties are pretty fun, pretty notorious. They get kind of lively, and they're very different from any party I've ever been to. because his parents enjoy like having like us like having college kids around, having fun and stuff. They cater to it. So his mom put out a spread. Like she cooked.
They literally
food.
cater.
They literally cater. They put out a spread of like sausages and like pierogies and Halloween candy, and like they decorated the whole house with like Halloween stuff. And his mom was going around just like Frankenstein's bride, like with like hors d'oeuvres. And I'm just like doing shots and stuff and like blasting music. And I'm like, yeah, King Kunta, Miss. Yeah, King Kunta. And yeah, don't know that? Okay.
No, I don't.
You'll learn.
That one. Okay.
You'll learn. I'm gonna bring the funk.
All right.
Later. Okay, but and the party goes on. We have a good night and everything, and then everybody sort of crashes where they lie. And this is where it gets interesting. I hear at like I'm all kinds of like just had one too many, had to like crash on the couch and stuff. And at like 6 a.m, I hear someone tapping on the window, like knocking on like the glass window, like door, like asking like like on the front door. And I hear him, but I don't want to go get him. I don't want to let him in because I'm just like screw him. Like it's probably I don't know somebody's parent or it's somebody's like friend or somebody. I don't care. I just don't care, and I don't live here. And it keeps tapping, and then finally someone comes in, and that's the thing at the. It's just very common. It's no, you don't knock. You just walk in. It's one of those houses you just kind of walk in. There's people coming in and out all the time. So I didn't think anything of it. And someone's shining a flashlight everywhere. It's the cops. It was the Bethel Park or hometown police, and they're shining lights around, and they're looking all over the place, and they're just talking like real softly, and there's like a lot of liquor bottles everywhere, a lot of people passed out, and I'm just like pretending to be asleep. Like when they shine their light on me, like I pretend to be asleep, and then they like shine away, and I just like look at them and like back again, and they're going like around, and then
Is that legal?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure not, but don't worry, it all works out in the end.
I'm probably gonna censor the people's names out when I post this.
No,
just I don't wanna,
yeah.
I don't want to.
Well, technically isn't his real name, so you could just call him that.
Yeah, I know, but we did actually say their real names.
Okay, we'll just bleep them.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a guy like on the floor, just lying on the floor with a pillow like in front of me, and they see me like quickly glance at them, and they're like, he's awake. And they're like, hey, we're looking for Ben. And I brought a friend with me from school up there, and his name was Ben. And I'm just thinking like, oh, God, don't let it be Ben. Don't let it be my friend Ben. Let it be other Ben.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to censor a lot of names.
It's all right.
You can make up names.
I could just make up.
You should.
Okay.
We'll just say B. I don't know.
Alfalfa was lying on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Well, I love they start asking for a guy. And they're like, we're looking for this guy. And the guy lying on the floor, I'm just going to use these names. Floor Steve. I don't know if actually his name was, I just call him Floor Steve.
I'd be like, yeah, this is him.
No, Floor Steve, the guy lying on the floor, like with his arm, like the pillow over his face, not looking at who's talking to him, just starts waving his arm, going, he's around, man. You'll find him. Like, he's just somewhere. Like, and I get up and I'm like, all right, I'll go get him for you, officer. And I like, cause I know like the house is like, it's pretty big, and it's also like some ridiculous kind of not a mansion, but in the sense that they have like hidden passageways and like hidden secret rooms and stuff, and like you can't.
I got a hidey hole.
Yeah, and hidey holes and stuff, and like so I had to go go through the library secret door passage and up the spiral staircase to go find him. Like I pulled on the candlestick. And I go and find him, and I like wake him up, and the whole time I'm thinking like, oh, I really hope they are not going to arrest me, because like please don't arrest me, because I was wearing I was a rapper for the party, so I had like a flat rim hat sideways, like baggy pants, and like a big ridiculous baggy hoodie, and I'm just thinking like they're gonna arrest me and take my mugshot. It's gonna be in the photo, like the newspaper, and then my mom is just gonna be like, you turned out just like your cousin, like Jerry Geraldo. They got moving all that cocaine.
And then fulfill all the paranoia
Jersey.
of your family that you would like.
Yes,
get all messed up person.
Yes, that my family has always, I guess, been waiting for me to become a messed up person because they're all messed up. But anyways, I find Ben and I go, hey Ben, don't want to like kill the evening. Like, well, it's also 6 a.m. and everybody's asleep.
But the cops are here.
Yeah, the cops are here and they want to talk to you. And he's like freaks out, and he's in his like boxers. He just wakes up. And he's like, oh shit, like he's freaking out. And I didn't say it.
No, good.
And he goes running off, like, and he like to go see the cops. this guy from the party, like the night like we had before, he was dressed like the Riddler. This one guy, and apparently, like when everybody started crashing later in the night, just finding somewhere to like a couch or something, like somewhere to sleep, he just decided to go for a walk. And he was just walking around like fully dressed like the Riddler through this like the middle of the street in our hometown. And the cops picked him up and they asked him where he was, and like they took him back there, and they needed to like turn over custody, and they just needed somebody to sign for him to turn over custody. And they're like, all right, have a nice, like they signed for him, like they deliver him back.
So the cops were there to drop off the wandering drunk Riddler.
Yeah.
They pick him up and he was like, son, where are you supposed to be? And he was like,
where any of us supposed to be?
Where am I when I'm not here? But when I'm here, you can never tell. What am I? They're just like, get in the car.
They just tase him. But yeah, like the Riddler wandered away, and so we had to go get him. And that was it. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got written up. They were just like, here's the Riddler. We found him.
Take care of him.
And I wish they would have said, like, Ben went out and he was like, he apologized for it, and he like signed like for him and everything, and like to take custody of him.
Batman
but I'm like,
brought him in.
I was gonna say,
dumped
like,
him off in front of the station. Thought we ought to bring him here to asylum.
Yeah. All right. So where's something good to eat around here?
Wait,
Okay.
what kind of food did you say you wanted?
Well, I found from going to different colleges and campuses and stuff that every town, college campus has their own fast foodie place that's their own like mom and pop. There's only one of them, and it's just, and they do something, I don't know.
We don't have one of those.
You don't have like
no.
So the place that I've literally talked about everyone. What was the place where we went in the middle of the night? I don't think you were there, but I think it was and we were in the middle of the night, and they have like all kind of fried crap.
Oh my gosh, that was Munchies.
What an amazing place Munchies was.
They closed Munchies.
Are you kidding me?
It was such a, oh my goodness.
It was one of the places that is so good that it literally can't be sustainable.
Yeah.
Like really cheap, really good, just fried garbage like mozzarella, like fried pickles or jalapenos or mac and cheese, like anything fried in the world.
Fried mac and cheese is such a weird.
It was
concept.
a crappy like diner, like not even a diner. It was like a counter and a fry cook grill, and like all the dudes there, like, and they just had like Pineapple Express posters up, and
the greasiest place I've ever been. And like we just roll in there at 3 a.m, and I don't remember if you were there, but I remember was there with me, and we just ordered a bunch of fried food, and this dude, it's just like one dude, and he's like working this deep fryer and this griddle and stuff, and he looks like Cheech. He's got and he looks extra like Cheech because he's smoking a bowl the entire time, like right out in the middle of the restaurant.
Oh yeah,
they
do
got
that.
Like a whole bowl.
He's smoking right there. And he's got like on a necklace around it, and he wore like a beanie, and he had a big scruffy beard. And I kept thinking it was cash. It was just black on the inside, like just ash and resin. He just kept hitting it over and over, like getting every last molecule out of there. And we were just like, this is cool. All right. And then you just get a sloppy burger. And it was awesome. But they sadly
we don't have
tragically closed
even
Munchies.
close to that.
Well, okay, but there are some places. I mean, there's like the normal, like there's a bunch of fast food and all kinds of garbage around here. Let's see. There's Donna's, which is a cool like diner sort of place.
What is?
Donna's up by the highway. You ever been there?
No, it's Tops. It's Tops.
No, there's a Donna's.
Tops is gross.
It's not Tops. Tops is okay. Tops is a good diner.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this.
I didn't say that. I support. Okay, so first off, and I got to do the disclaimer: opinions expressed on 92.3 WKVR are not representative of the station or of Juniata College or whatever. This is us, especially such an inflammatory statement such as that Tops is not good. But
sorry,
I don't know. But Donna's is a cool thing. We've had a lot of great hungover breakfasts there. Let's see. There's OIP, which is just like pizza. I don't know if that's even like, is that a chain
OIP?
Or something? Yeah.
That sounds like a university name.
No,
yeah,
it's original.
I got a bachelor's at OIP.
Yeah.
Deep dish.
I bet you could.
Astrology. Deep dishology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're cool. They got
a major in cheese.
They've got 40s, which I like. And I go there and get like some Stromboli in a 40 ounce.
40 ounce in my mouth.
And then that's fun. And then there's a bunch of cool local cafes and stuff. There's a Standing Stone, which is the big one that's like halfway between Juniata and the downtown. Yeah. Like everyone goes there. There's the Wildflower Cafe, which I still haven't been to yet.
Really
Stonetown Galleries is also a really cool place. Do you know how late they're open?
I don't, but I know that Grace had a concert there at 6. So I don't know how late they're open, but probably usually have like a 90-minute set, so
yeah,
they're probably open until at least.
Okay, we'll be able to get like dinner there. if you want. But
I'm hungry right now, man.
Oh yeah, well we'll do that.
Food.
I want a club sandwich.
Yeah. I don't know if they have it. Well, anyway. But they got all kinds of good stuff. They have like a breakfast mess, which is just like a pile of. It's like if
potatoes
it's
and
like,
eggs and peppers and onions and stuff.
It's like nachos breakfast with like on hash browns or something.
My school serves this. I remember when you came to my school, you were blown away by drunk breakfast.
What? What does that mean?
Where was that?
Okay, my school.
Tots? Because that's
no.
I mean,
it's a thing. Like it's a at my university at West Virginia University, they are so gracious, and I guess have the foresight to predict what the students will be doing on the weekends. And so every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, they put out like kind of an alternative option for if you don't want to go out and see like the nightlife, going to parties and stuff. They have events going on in our student union. It's called the Mountain Lair, and they have they'll put up like inflatable rock climbing things and like play movies and stuff. But one of the best features of it, and it's unofficial, I guess, unofficial title is Drunk Breakfast. And they put out free food, just free breakfast food, and you just watch like the hordes upon hordes of the lowly, like lost souls.
The 28 days later zombies coming in and tearing apart a buffet.
Just stumble in through the back of the student union. Like they all come in through the front because that's where the bus stop is. They all are like happy and chipper and like ready to go. Like when they're going through, but then when they're coming back, they're just all like half dead and they're just all on a slumped line, like trying to get eggs and just sloppily like putting gravy on them and shoveling it into their mouth. And oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Did you take me to that though? I don't even remember.
I don't know if I've ever taken you to that because like everybody at my school loves going to drunk breakfast because like, oh, it's free food and it's super late, and I'm just like, that's a monstrosity. It's just a pile of eggs everywhere.
Yeah, you're just going to destroy your own guts.
Yeah, and they just give out like a bunch of bacon, which apparently that causes is just as cancerous as like a cigarette now or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Not sausage, right?
That was bacon, fried pork, bacon and sausages apparently contain carcinogens.
Everything, everything either causes cancer or cures cancer. I don't know.
Exactly.
That's just how it is.
It either is or it is not.
Yeah.
Everything in the universe.
But I don't know what else is there in Huntingdon. Like the problem is with Juniata is that we often just don't know what there is.
Yeah.
There isn't a whole lot of resources for like visibility and exposure for local businesses here. So like there's a sort of mindset that there's not really much in Huntingdon, or that nothing's ever going on, or there's nowhere good to eat or like shop or something.
Going on though. There's always a lot of stuff going on.
There is, and like most students here just like aren't aware of it.
Yeah.
Or they like to complain.
Yeah, and they like to complain. And also it's like somewhat of a significant walk to actually get downtown.
To walk, yeah.
That's it. This is
by our standards.
By your standard, this is flat. You could just like get on a skateboard and like one push.
No, you can't. If you have not seen the
sidewalks are very uneven.
The sidewalks
you can't
don't have slopes. The sidewalks don't have slopes down at all, and so you have to be able to like hop every curve. Plus, they're all uneven. So like you have those block ones, and they're all like this, or they're just completely crumbled. Like they're just gravel.
You're saying this like and thinking I would be like shocked, but like Jamie has been to the garbage dump, which is Morgantown, and like seen the nonsense of. At a certain point, there wasn't. All of the roads are closed at all times. All of the main roads, there's giant potholes in them, and the Morgantown City Council, their brilliant way of solving this, like, how are we going to fix these potholes? We'll put a giant iron sheet metal across it, and so there's just giant like hunks of metal lining the roads, and everyone's from Jersey for some reason in Morgantown, so no one can drive. There's broken glass everywhere, and I think the one thing that I absolutely loved, like the best, like when I walked to class and I'd be like, that's the epitome of this school, was high heels strung across the power lines in front of a frat house.
Wow.
Like multiple pairs of just like stilettos hanging from the power lines. And it's just like, yes.
How do you walk in stilettos in a place like that?
With a broken ankle.
How do you
walk in heels and
so it's even scarier then if you take those off, because then you're walking around without shoes in a place where there's a lot of broken glass. I
remember there's also like just the things that like in Morgantown that are just like really people, like, can we just act like we're humans and not freaking animals? There's like an ATM outside our student union. It's a really popular ATM. Everybody goes to it if they need to use the ATM. The screen gets punched out maybe like once every 2 months, someone will just like smash in the screen so it's all like cracked and everything, like a broken iPhone. And the last time I went to use it, there was blood all over it. And like fingerprints in blood God. On the keypad and stuff. Wow. And yeah, so it's like
there now it'll work. And then they actually try to use the keypad with blood hands.
Summoning the devil.
Yeah, that's it's like the ATM from American Psycho that's just feed me a kitten.
Okay. All right. Well, you still want to keep talking? You want to go get something to eat?
I mean, we got like another hour of the show. I'm signed on. We can bail, but what do you want to do? Because you're my guest.
I'm very hungry. But okay. Can we come back later and do some more?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Word.
Because who's up next after this? Because like I'm set up for 2 hours, and then there's a 3-hour gap until like 7 that we can just come in and do whatever.
All right. How about we do that then?
Yeah, all right. That sounds good. So you've been listening to the Power 92.3 WKVR. I'm Jdox. I've been here with my friends Jet and T. And this has been Please Cancel Me, where we just talk some hot nonsense and tell stories about making weird animal noises. Did you do that when you had your show? You just because it seems that's just a very you thing is to just make animal noises all the time. Let me put this here. Johnny boy. And we're back. We had a lovely meal at Stonetown Gallery, but you are once again listening to Please Cancel Me on the Power 92.3 WKVR. I'm Jdox. I'm once again here with my good friend from back at the hometown in high school, Jet, from other radio stations also.
Other radio stations, yeah.
At least a couple of them.
At least 2.
Yeah,
a couple. That's a solid couple.
So, what are we gonna? We were just talking for a long time earlier, but now we're gonna.
We came back because I want to play some tunes.
Yeah, it's time for tunes.
I feel we need some tunes. I want to actually get some music picks in there.
Which particular ones were you thinking?
Well, I've made a little bit of a steady playlist for the next hour or so. But we're going to start off with a song that I just picked up at my new station. I'm currently working at WYAP in Pittsburgh. The song is by a group called Eels from England. It's called That Fresh Feeling. And you need that fresh feeling sometimes. So hit it, Jamie. I said hit it.
I
said hit it, Jamie.
Oh, the wrong thing. I'm going to start over. This is what Please Cancel Me is. I'm screwing it up every time.
It's okay. A little earlier was a group called Eels. Right now, I got lined up for you Mrs. Magician. There is no God. That was The Arcs. It was a new album out by Dan Arbrook from the Black Keys, a little side band he's conjured up with some friends of his that he's gone on tour with that have been the extra band members for the Black Keys. That was their song, Put a Flower in Your Pocket. A little bit before that, we were playing Kurt Vile with his song Pretty Pimpin'. And what was I playing earlier for that? Oh, you're laughing at that? Pretty Pimpin'.
I'm not. My mic's not on.
Oh, sorry. His mic's not even on. James?
It's very sensitive, so it's mic 3.
Oh, your mic 3?
Yeah.
There we go.
Very low. Very low.
Okay.
Because it's very sensitive. Yeah. No, but Pretty Pimpin'.
Pretty Pimpin'.
Hey, Please Cancel Me audience. What's it like to have a real DJ with real experience write in at box 726 at Juniata College?
Are you implying me?
No, I'm plugging the mailbox because I want people to send me letters.
Oh.
Juniata College.
Yeah, send stuff.
Juniata College Box 726 at 1700 Moore Street 16652. Send that to Please Cancel Me. Where we're real DJing today.
I guess so. You flatter me by this. You humble flattering me.
I'm making a lot of noise by touching it.
Oh, I touched it a whole bunch earlier.
Gross.
All right. A little bit before we were playing Kurt Vile, I was saying we were playing a track called "There Is No God" by Mrs. Magician.
One of my favorites.
One of Jdox's favorites. One of my favorites. I think I was the one that introduced you to that song.
You sure did.
Yeah.
I remember hearing it in your car, and I was just really infatuated with it immediately.
Yeah.
And then a while ago, I was like, what was that? song from so long ago that was there's no like God is dead or something, and
yeah, it's an interesting take.
I couldn't find it ever.
I think it's an interesting song because it does that like surfer kind of rock, like West Coast, but to like a dark, broody tone, and then like the subject matter is really messed, like just dark.
Yeah, and that's why I love Mrs. Magician a lot, because they have this unique idea, which is just like sad surfer jams.
Sad surfer jams.
Like existentially sad.
Yes. Well, speaking of sad surfer jams, I actually have more sad surfer jams lined up for you.
You don't say.
Starting with Waves, A Demon to Lean On. Have you heard these guys?
No, I've not.
Oh, I think you'll like them.
See, he knows like 12 times more bands than I do.
Wabez. Waves spelled with 2 V's.
Wabez.
You and I. Oh. Now we
Where's my mic?
See.
Oh.
I turned your mic on.
That's too strong.
Now we can see by the Thermals. That's what we were just listening to. It's a nice little indie rock band from a couple years ago. I think it was in 2008 that came out. A little bit before that, we were playing the Unicorns with their song, I Am a Unicorn. Because we're all unicorns deep down inside. A little Canadian rock group from Toronto. Absolutely love those guys. They have an interesting album called Who Will Cut Our Hair When We Are Gone. And it's various little like tales that are, I don't know, just kind of mystical, magical, and happy. And I dig that. You need some happiness every once in a while, right?
I know I do.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad I'm recording this so I can look back at all of the bands you've been talking about, and then I'll be able to remember, because every time
happy memories.
No, because that also, but every time I'm hanging out with Jed, he's always showing me new music and new bands, and that's honestly how I find half of the stuff that I actually get into.
Oh, thanks, dude.
I really appreciate and respect your taste.
That's the point of it, is you got to share, and that's why I like DJing. I just like to share music.
I gotta show you this song later called Skeleton Zone.
All right, that sounds awesome.
Good. Yeah,
that sounds awesome. But I got actually a 2-part song lined up. We're gonna get punky. We're gonna get real punky.
Yeah.
Like aggressive.
Punky Brewster.
Aggressive.
Let's go.
The group is called Titus Andronicus.
Oh, yeah.
I've played them before.
Yeah, I know them.
But I absolutely love Titus Andronicus. They're a little group from New Jersey, and they're the best way.
Joyzy Boys.
Joyzy Boys. The best. Ooh, we should play some Jersey Boys later.
Oh yeah.
The best way to describe them is they are if Bruce Springsteen had a baby in Jersey, which he probably would, and he has before, because I'm pretty sure he has kids. But if Bruce Springsteen had a baby with a history professor, and they taught it nothing but the Civil War, because the entire album, yes.
So you're talking. This is like BioShock Infinite.
Yes.
Like weird, creepy Super America.
Yeah, not that. It's the album is called A More Perfect Union, and that's the first track we'll be listening to, the title track. And it's a concept album of how America was and like built upon in the mid 1800s, like during the Civil War and post Civil War, of like creating the transatlantic railroad system and how it like made our country a more perfect union. And what does that really mean? And how are we actually really united from that? And they take the history part of it that I think is fascinating. They take old like piccolo solos and piccolo songs from Civil War marches, like the guys like playing piccolo and playing like the drums that were like used to navigate the military by like what kind of tunes they were playing. They took those kind of
flute and drummer boy type stuff.
Little flute and drummer boy, and they put that in there. And the drum lines are like drum lines for military marches, and the flute lines they turned into guitar solos. So they have these like wicked guitar solos, but they're just like Yankee Doodle. Mm-hmm. But it's awesome, and it's just like fight the power. So.
Titus Andronicus.
One last thing. It starts off with this beautiful speech about the United States, and it's actually it's a recording, not from, but like re-recorded of an old speech done by Abraham Lincoln, given before when they were setting the tracks for the Atlantic Railroad. That it was just about America, and I just think that's dope. That it just starts off all like, "We got Lincoln. We got a quote by Lincoln." Stay tuned. Alrighty then. That was Titus Andronicus. We ended out with the song Know Your Enemy, which is the part 2 of their title track to that album, A More Perfect Union. I absolutely love that song. I know I play that for you all the time, Jade.
You played it for me a while ago, and I've been meaning to actually get into Titus Andronicus myself, but I just never happened to listen to them unless you're putting it on.
My girlfriend got me a T-shirt for him, and I was so pumped.
Oh, nice.
Titus.
Oh, jeez. Sorry.
No, he let the stank out.
Stank got up all into the station accidentally.
And no, it was being let out.
It crept through the door.
All right, I got one another song lined up. Gonna go a little bit more techno, a little more party. Kind of get this thing's going you know what I'm talking about?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, group. I played this for you too. I don't. I think you. You probably remember. I don't know if you remember the song, but I remember the group Major Lazer.
Oh, yeah.
Major Lazer. Major Lazer is it's a group formed by an electronic artist named Diplo. And he formed this little group, and they call themselves Major Lazer, and then with some other DJs. And then they made a cartoon for it, and it's a really bad 80s cartoon, like a bad G.I.
In the vein
Joe.
of the 80s superhero cartoon.
Yeah, and it's about Major Lazer.
We had in the mailbox show on a previous show, the one my dad was on actually, a dude wrote in for Major Lazer.
Really?
Yeah, and we played some of that. That's cool.
That's awesome. All right, well, we're going to suffice that dude who wants a Major Lazer, starting with probably one of their biggest songs that they're known for. Oh, no. Oh, the cue is all messed up. Can I fix it in time and keep babbling to entertain the audience so there's no silent air while the thing loads,
It's called vamping. We were talking about how... Is it good?
Yeah. And our lives still ain't in order.
Do you recall not long ago?
Separate white people from the
Like you and me. I hope you're a bad kid too. That was the Black Lips off of their album Not Good, Good, Bad, Not Evil.
Smooth.
Good, Bad, Not Evil. I got it. I still got it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep. Slam the door again. Letting the stank out.
Yep. Can't let that stank in.
All right, a little bit before that, we were playing Benjamin Booker with his title track off of his latest album. Came out last year. It was called Violent Shivers. It's off of Third Man Records. That's Jack White's label. And, if you like Jack White and the White Stripes, basically anything from Third Man is awesome and you would like. And Benjamin Booker is definitely something to look into if you especially like a bluesy kind of southern, dirty southern style, rock and roll, which I absolutely adore. So Benjamin Booker is freaking awesome. And before that, I was doing techno music because I felt like techno music when playing some Major Lazer. Yeah. All right. What do you want to hear, Jamie?
I don't know. I mean, Dr. Dog sounds pretty nice.
All right, we'll get some Dr. Gosh, I keep messing up. I keep messing up. I hit the forward, and then it starts playing, and I don't want it to play. And then I try and stop it, and then it's just no song for you.
Did you ever get into that position at any of the other radio stations you've DJ'd on?
Oh, all the time, and I just do this. I just keep babbling until I find the song.
That's really, yeah, I know what you mean, and that is something I've made into a hallmark of the Please Cancel Me show, and my brand is that I will come back, and all of a sudden I've forgotten how to use the soundboard and cue up the music, right? So it just becomes a huge mess, and I start freaking out.
This is a college station, and you and me are learning. Of course, we're not going to be incredibly professional about it. We got to have little goofs every once in a while, and even professional stations do. But hey, we're playing some good music, and yes, I have a Dr. Dog song lined up from their 2012 album, Be the Void. This is That Old Black Hole.
I always think of this song
Kid Koala with his song 2-Bit Blues. He's a Canadian electronic artist who he likes to mix together, from what you can tell from the song, a lot of old school, really classic blues tracks together. That was off of his album 12-Bit Blues, which each song is named 1-bit, 2-bit, 3-bit, and so on and so on. And we just listened to 2-bit. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit before that, we were playing J. Rodley Watson and The Business with their song Heavy Bells off of their album Terra Mortis. They're a good southern rock band coming from Kentucky, and I really like their sound of bringing kind of a revival in a southern rock genre. And a little earlier, we were playing some Mac DeMarco off of his album 2, the song Blue Boy, which, not sure if you're fans of Mac DeMarco, huge fan of him. I am personally. Highly recommend you to check him out. He's just Canadian guy, likes to just chill out and play some jazzy guitar to some nice songs, mostly about cigarettes and his girlfriend. All right, my name is Jet. I have been your guest host on this show. Please cancel me, which has been graciously done by Jdox here, who is currently outside of the office. Actually, he's just coming in. All right, here, yeah, hop on.
I'm still here. Hello.
He's still here. Hello.
Hi.
All right. I was lining up the next song.
That's good. I was lining up my bowels.
All right. Are they in line now?
No.
No.
Well, they shouldn't be. I mean, it twists all around backwards. Like,
yeah.
You shouldn't have straight gust. If you got straight gust, you're probably not down digesting anything well.
Yeah, probably. Not absorbing things, getting your nutrients. Right. Hope nobody's suffering from that.
Yeah. Don't be malnourished out there.
All right. Well, I was lining up the next song here, Jdox, which is Head on Pill by a group called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's fun to say.
It is.
Just say it. Come on.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
And King Gizzard and the Lizard
Funded by Eddie Izzard.
Funded by Eddie Izzard. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards. That would be awesome. I would totally see the show if it was funded by Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, that would be. He ought to just do some covers of it, just the vocals.
Yeah, just doing his talk sort of thing.
Yeah,
not singing it, just talking
in the James Mason voice.
Yeah. Full drag. It'd be awesome. All right. Well, they're a group from Australia. Big fans of them. They recently came out with a new album called My Dream. Was a Dream Paper Mache Dream Balloon. But we're not listening to a track from that. We're listening to one of their singles. It's a good long one, so get a buckle in for this one. It's a jammy one, so if you're into stuff like the Grateful Dead,
let's put on our jammies and get all comfy.
Some jammies and get comfy. Because isn't Comfy Cozy the next show that's coming on?
No, not tonight.
No, not at all. Okay, I read that thing. All right, they'll come in on tomorrow. But we're gonna get Comfy Cozy listening to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard with their track Head on Pill. I hope you have a happy Halloween here, and I thank Jdox here very much from the bottom of my heart for letting me go on.
Thank you for coming on here. He's literally standing where I'm normally at the he's taken over the soundboard apparently.
Oh, yes. I sort of annexed it, made it my own. All right, here's the music. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Rock on. Yeah, so I put on a long one so they can just fade whenever. This song